we've been long-time British-bred breeders, but we've ventured over the last 10 years into some crossbreeding and tried a variety of cattle, but we've settled on Drought Masters about 6 or 7 years ago because I think they're very suited to the area here. There's certainly a lot of effort gone in by the society, and people like Vitterwood particularly into trying to get the breed practical and would deliver good product for the meat consumer. The Drought Masters, as I say, are very much a Queensland breed, but the breeders in general have done an excellent job in putting the cattle together as a conforming breed. They are no longer an outcrossing breed. They very much got strong genetics now. And my attraction to Vitterwood particularly was the major investment David has made in genetics, buying very high quality genetics, and that has allowed us to start to get a conforming breed together, and we hope to go down the track of a very strong purebred Drought Master herd. I've been back to a couple of their female sales and been impressed with what they've presented there, and I think a couple of other things that attract me to their cattle is certainly the practical way in which they're prepared. They're not on high quality prime ag land by any stretch of the imagination, but they're well looked after. And when they move into this Manabar country, they've done particularly well for me. We were born and reared east of here, and it's always been when you move cattle west, you get a natural lift onto the more higher quality country. But in this case, it is flowing through to their calves as well. The weaners we've got here today in the yard are our third lot of Vitterwood weaners, and I'm very impressed with the way they're responded in a good season. We've had some pretty ordinary seasons, but now they're responding to a good season, and hopefully, they'll go on and we'll market them much sooner than we would have in a tough time. What I like about these calves is the fact that you can move in amongst them. They look at you and aren't in any way prepared to run away. They have only been here in the yard a couple of days. They're already starting to settle down, to look to what you want to do with them. And also you can point out some good type of heifers, plenty of length, a nice colour and a good broad head on them. That's what I like. Some of the crossbred ones with the motley faces obviously throw back to some Hereford mothers, and they are certainly going to provide a good carcass of beef. I like the length in them, and I think having always processed our own cattle and been at the meatworks when they're being processed, I always find that when your carcasses are coming around on the rail, you really get well paid for good length as well as good muscling, and that's what I'd hope to develop up as we improve this herd. If you can move in amongst your weaners and day 2 of them been weaning and they're quite happy to look at you, come towards you and not be packed in the corner of the yard, I think that's a big step. One of the things that you find with less handling, with being able to not have as many tick treatments, they're obviously not in the yard as often, and it's very important then that they provide a good temperament, because the first lesson in providing a good product to a meat consumer is tenderness, and tenderness is very much affected by temperament. As I said, we've bred a lot of British bred cattle and still do, but we're using Drought Masters in a range of our British bred cattle now, and getting a hybrid vigour. But probably what's been very, very helpful is that the next cross after that first cross, the next cross is even starting to perform. And while the Drought Master are dominating, they're bringing that first cross forward and improving them as a better quality female breeder. Ticks are becoming a very costly exercise, as is all chemicals these days, apart from the fact that chemical use is frowned on by a lot of consumers, just like HGPs and a range of those things. So the less chemicals you can use economically, the better, but you can't give away meat quality or production for that price, and I think that's where the Drought Master breed has been able to deliver on both the meat production, the performance, as well as handling the ticks. We have predominantly British bred beef through our meat outlet at this point. We're totally MSA integrated, property, processing works and butcher shop. But we've done some trials with some half-bred Droughtmaster crosses, and the MSA reading on them is coming up very positively, and I hope we can work with the Droughtmaster breed to see that the MSA grading of these cattle matches any of the other breeds. I think the consistency of being able to breed a line of cattle is extremely important, and if you're going to have a good female herd, then you need those good genetics that we're getting out of the Vittawood Droughtmasters. We'll be looking to put another line of different genetics into these Droughtmasters we've got now from Vittawood, and hopefully we can grow and strengthen our breeding herd.